Hey, it's Tyler, TB Real Estate. Okay, you reached out and you're interested in possibly selling one of your rental properties. I wanted to kind of just outline what the process is that we're going to go through so you can understand kind of the best next steps. First and foremost, we're going to reach out to our teams in the market and we're going to do a market analysis and say, if we were to sell this on the open market, what could we sell it for? And also, what's the condition of the house? And if we want to maximize what we could sell for on the open market, what needs to be done? Is it a couple things of paint touch up and a deep clean and it's $600 and we're good to go? Or do we need to spend $500 or what does that look like, right? We want to get clear with that. We're also going to look at when does the lease expire because we can't sell it on the open market if there's a tenant in place. And so if you're in a rush and the lease doesn't expire for 9 months, well, then that may not be an option. So the second thing we're going to look at is if it's occupied, what could we sell it to another investor for? Because an investor is going to look at it differently, right? Through a financial analysis, they're going to look at a cap rate. What's the income coming in? And here's a value that I'm going to get. It's highly likely, pretty much guaranteed that that is going to be lower than the retail value. But we're going to look at those. So we want to come back to you and say, okay, if it's vacant, retail value, here's what it could be. If it's tenant occupied, here's what it could be. And then we can have a discussion on what makes the most sense and what next steps are going to happen. Sometimes that can take us a week to 2 weeks because if it's tenant occupied, we may not know exactly what needs to be done. And so we need to get the property managers in there to look at the condition or take some pictures or video or different things like that. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much what happens when you reach out to us. We're going to do that process, analyze, get those numbers, and then come back and have a discussion. You know, we can obviously make recommendations based off of what you're trying to accomplish, and then we can determine next steps together and go from there.